we need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. And you know, when I start clapping or doing all of this, you know it's something serious. You guys are trying to save people. You're trying to save people, and it's not your job to be saving people. Why are we trying to save people? Why are we trying to fix people? Why are we trying to do something that's not our job? It's not our job to save people. Now, I know we try and help people, and that's all good, but we shouldn't be trying to do it at the expense of our own mental health, do it at the expense of our own happiness, do it at the expense of it draining you, doing it at the expense of where you're getting taken advantage of, doing it at the expense of you feeling like an idiot, but you're still trying to help the person, you're still trying to fix them, you're still trying to help the person, you're still trying to fix them, and this person ain't even trying to help themselves. They're not even trying to help themselves. So why are you bending over backwards, breaking your back, taking up your time in your day, probably getting babysitters for your children, dipping into your money, taking up your time to help somebody that either doesn't want to be helped or doesn't even want to help themselves? Guys, it's your girl Shan, and welcome back to Shan Talks. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. I don't even know who's tuned in, but I'm happy that you're here. If you haven't yet subscribed, subscribe, because we have fun over here, and I don't want to hear you crying that you've missed out. Okay, so subscribe, turn on your notifications as well, so you get an alert anytime I do upload a new video, and let's get into it. There's so many reasons why we shouldn't be trying to save people and trying to fix people. Like, it's not our job. We're trying to figure out our own lives, right? We ain't got it all together. So, and I'm not saying we shouldn't be helping people and we shouldn't be there for people, but there comes a point where people have to take accountability for their own actions. They have to take accountability for some of the things that they're going through, because you can't constantly be that person's go-to. I've kind of learned that when someone comes to me with an issue or a problem, I need to be able to navigate and decipher whether this person actually just wants to rant or this person wants a solution, because there's a big difference. Now, you might be trying to give people solutions when they just want to rant, they just want to complain, they want to complain, they want to have a problem, they don't want help. They don't want help, they just want to complain. You know them people that are happy complaining and are happy staying in the mess that they're in? They're the sorts of people that at some point we have to draw the line and say, you know what, I love you, but I got to step away from this. I care about you, but I've got to step away from this. And sometimes it's not about cutting the person off. You can't constantly be that person's go-to and they're not doing anything to try and change. Now, when you look at the patterns, they're putting themselves in these positions, they're putting themselves in situations that are going to cause a problem or cause a negative outcome. Sometimes these same people want advice from you. Some people just want to be heard. Some people just want to rant. Now, you don't know, you trying to save that person, you trying to fix that person, you trying to help that person out, you're stopping that person from taking accountability for their own actions. You constantly trying to get in the way and make it all better and try and help them out. You don't know if you're getting in the way of them. Guys, I just gotta keep it real today. I am so tired. I'm so tired, but I'm really trying to be consistent and do these videos for you guys, because I know that you love them. I know you love them. Like, I was just sitting here trying to just like, I was sitting here just trying to act like I've got energy. I was trying to sit here, act like, you know, I got it all. Well, I ain't got it, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. You know, no one's perfect. No one is perfect, yeah? However, sometimes we put ourselves in situations and we get the same outcome, okay? But one thing about life is we should be looking for solutions and growth and change and elevating and becoming a better person every day. So if you're around someone that's a energy vampire, draining your cup, constantly complaining, like doesn't want change, just going around the same cycles, and you're their go-to, and you constantly keep giving them solutions, and even if you're not giving them solutions, the fact that you're sitting there listening, like, that can't make you feel good. Sometimes we have to go through things for a certain period of time to fully get the lesson. But you know which people I'm on about. The people that don't want to change, the people that don't want to change, don't want a solution, just want to complain, rant and do the same thing like over and over again. Like, these are the sorts of people that we need to let go of. in some way, shape or form. Now, like I said, it might not be about cutting them off, but it might be a case of saying, I haven't got the answer. It might be a case of, I can't today. It might be a case of, well, I've told you what I think. Why don't you try asking somebody else? We're not God. And sometimes we try and hold on to people and save people and fix people and think, oh my gosh, I love this person, or oh my gosh, I care. Well, if you're like me anyway, I'm an empath. Do you know what empath is? Do you know it? If you don't know what empath is, Google it. We might be like, oh my gosh, I love this person. Oh my gosh, I care. Oh my gosh, I just want the best for them. Okay, that's cool. But sometimes when you hold on to people and you try and make everything right and you try and help them out and, you know, bend over backwards and try and be a loving, caring person, people take advantage of that. Now, it sounds cliche, but people do, and sometimes not in the most obvious way that you might think. So what I've learned is that holding on to people and trying to help them and trying to fix them, sometimes you're getting in the way. Sometimes you're getting in the way of them having to take accountability for their own actions, for their own decisions, for their own way of thinking. And when you're in the way, they can't see anything because you're in the way trying to help them and trying to fix them. The way I look at it as like having a child. If your child was struggling with their maths work, they keep having maths tests and they're not doing so well, because you feel sorry for them because they're getting a bit upset, they're getting a bit discouraged, you know, their self-esteem's being knocked, all the rest of it, you start doing their maths homework for them. You're doing it because you're trying to help them not feel these emotions that are associated with not doing so well on their test. But what good is it serving your child? So because you don't want your child to have this temporary feeling of feeling uncomfortable, feeling like, you know, not feeling good about their results, you do the maths homework for them. To me, that don't make no sense because you're masking the problem. And it's the same with people. We try and help them to mask the problem, but really the problem's still there. But not for us to do the maths test. Do you get it? Do you get it? It's not for us to fix their problem. It's not for us to solve it. But you trying to solve it isn't helping the situation. If anything, it might make it worse, because guess what? That child whose homework you're doing might go around thinking that they're good at maths and they ain't good at maths. The child might think they're good at maths, yeah, going around saying, 6 times 6 is 6. No, we don't want this, okay? So I'm just saying, like, we can't be out here trying to save people and fix people. We can help people, but there comes a point where you're gonna have to take this lesson on for yourself. You're gonna have to figure this out for yourself. And sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind, and sometimes there's people around you that you love and you're trying to help them and fix them, but you have to let go and let them do some self-discovery and figure it out for themselves. Because look at it like this, yeah, have you ever known somebody that is in the same position as they was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, and is complaining about the same thing? I do. I do. I definitely do. But I had to cut that person off because they wanted me to fix them. And it's been about 6-7 years and the person's still in the same situation now. And it just confirms to me, if I didn't cut that person off, I still would have been out here trying to save and help you. And I would have been tired. I was tired. We can't be out here doing that. It's itching though. I would have been going around that same cycle over and over and over again. And since I cut off the person, they're still doing the same thing. And I'm like, oh, if I still held on to that person, I would have been going through the same cycle as well. So it confirmed to me that I made the right decision. Now, tough love, because some people, and like I said, I'm not perfect, but some people don't want to change. Some people don't want to change, no matter how much they complain about their situations, no matter how uncomfortable. Please, do you guys ever see police and just automatically feel paranoid? Like, I know I haven't done anything wrong, but you know, you're just like, yeah, insurance is sorted, seatbelt, like, yo, I see the police and automatically I'm like, what have I done? I'm like, sugar, like, everything good? We're good? We're good. Let's give you a bit of story time, okay? So you don't know that I worked in men's mental health, okay? So there was this guy that came, he claimed that he was a sex addict. Now, I don't specialize in that. So for me, it was like, I don't know what to do with you. Let's figure this out. So what I did is I found some therapists that do specialize in sex addiction, and I found a variety as well. I found the males, females, like I found at least 5 for him to contact. So yeah, I remember every appointment I'd speak to him and I'd be like, oh, so how did you get on? Like, did you make contact? Because he's claiming that he wants to change, like it was taken over his life. He had a criminal record because of it, like just doing things that I won't go into. But he was claiming that it's taken over his life and, you know, he needs to change and he doesn't want to do this anymore because it's ruined this relationship. He's got a criminal record because of it, this, that and the other. So he was referred to me for me to support him with this. So I was like, cool, like I know what the solution is. Like, let's get you a therapist that supports in sex addiction. He's like, you know what? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I found like 5 therapist contact numbers, males, females, different ones, online, telephone. And I was like, cool, here's the numbers, sent him the numbers. And I said, right, we'll catch up a week from now, see how you got on. He's like, yeah, thank you, Shan, thank you. He didn't call me Shan, but you know, it sounds good, doesn't it? He's like, thank you, Shan, cool. A week goes by, saying, oh, so how did you get on? Oh, you know what it is, Shan, yeah, I didn't even get to call them, you know, because at the end of the day, yeah, I feel a bit nervous speaking about my problem and I'm going to have to tell them and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but didn't you say you want help? Yeah, but you know what? And then he goes back into detail about the problem. I didn't want to tell them the problem because you see, when I was younger, yeah, and this and when I was younger, this happened and then this happened. And then obviously, because of my sex addicts now, okay, cool, but do you want the help? Yeah, I do, you know. Okay, cool. So you're going to phone them? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm definitely going to call them. I'm going to call them and I need to do it because I'm a sex addict. It's going too far. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Speak to you next week. Let's see what's going on. And that happened he had 6 appointments with me. To the point where I had a meeting with my manager, yeah. And I was saying to her, like, what happened? This guy was so keen on getting help with being a sex addict. He was so keen, like, so it seemed anyway. And it's only until he got to his final appointment where I realised, you know what, you've took me for a mug. What name shall I give him? Tiffany and Tyrone. Tyrone. Then this is not a Tyrone that I know. I'm just saying it because I don't want no one coming for me. I'm like, Tyrone. Now I started to think, Tyrone, you took me for a mug. Tyrone didn't really want the help. Tyrone was just happy speaking about his issue, especially because I was a female as well. He was happy speaking about the fact that he's a sex addict and he can tell me all about it. And I'm a female, listen to him about that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Tyrone didn't want a solution. He just wanted to talk about his problems. So why was I trying to help him? He didn't want the help. He thought he wanted the help, but really he just wanted to talk about it. And some people just want to talk about their problems all the time. It's not your job to save them. And sometimes when you let go, you're doing them a favor. Sometimes you think you're doing them a favor by holding on and that this person needs you in their life and, oh my gosh, what will this person do without you, because you're the only one that knows, or you're the only one that has all the answers, and you're the most supportive person and they haven't told anybody else. But you don't know that you holding on is causing more harm than good. Sometimes letting go does the person more favors. I'll tell you something, some of those people that I was holding on to tired me out. They drained me, they tired me out, going in circles and circles, me trying to save them. Like, it's not our job to save people, it's not our job to fix people. Like, we're still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out my own life. I ain't got it together, but I'm here getting my cups empty, my cups drained. Yeah, only if this was what's it called, only if this was an advertisement. My cup's drained, trying to help you, and you don't want it. It's not your job, okay? It's not my job, it's not your job. I know I got the S Panchess, can you see the S? But it's not my job to save you, okay? It's not your job, okay? I'm that person where I try and provide a solution to everything. Now, sometimes you gotta say, you know what, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm having for dinner today, let alone your big issue that's going on right now. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know what you're gonna do. Sometimes say you don't know. Imagine that person keeps coming to you with a problem that they don't want to fix or they don't want to solve themselves. Like, imagine just saying, I don't know, you know. Imagine saying, I don't know. Rather than sitting there and talking about it and trying to provide them with a solution all the time, guys, try it. Say, I don't know. So have you tried asking somebody else? Say about us being evil or being selfish or on looking out for ourselves. I'm saying tough love for the person, but also to protect your own peace and your own energy and your own thoughts and your own feelings, and making sure you ain't drained all the time, every day, to the point where it's affecting your mental health, it's affecting how you feel about yourself, it's affecting your mood, it's affecting how you interact with other people because of what this person's putting on you. A burden, like, nah, take that burden to God, innit? Because I'm not your little light of mine. I'm not your little light of mine. Take it to God. I would like to think that someone would say that to me, and I have got friends that give me tough love. I remember, Stace, this is your time, okay? Stacey wanted to big up, because Stacey helped me and pushed me to do YouTube, so this is for my girl, And one thing I love about Stacey, is she keeps it real, tough love, and all my friends. But this one in particular, so I remember being stressed out about something, I kept talking about it. I was that person where I probably was annoying. Let's be honest. I kept talking about something, I kept complaining to everybody. And I remember like talking to Stace, just like, you know what, Stace, like, it's getting to me. And she told me what to do. Went back to her and said it again. She told me what to do. Kept saying it. And Becky, big up Bex. Kept saying it. One time Stacey said to me, she's like, it's getting silly now. She's like, you know what to do. When I saw that message, I was like, who's she talking to? I was like, who's she talking? She's like, oh my gosh, Shan, it's getting silly now. It's getting ridiculous. You know what to do. Sometimes we need that. I didn't go back to her and say anything else on the matter. I dealt with it because it opened my eyes to see that actually you need to sort it out now, because you're going inside because you're talking about the same thing. And if you're talking about the same thing over and over and over again, clearly it's an indication that you need to do something about it. If there is people in your life that you're complaining about, they're stressing you out, it's wearing you down, it's an indication that you need to do something about it. So when Stacey said that to me, that I'm being silly now and I need to sort it out, I was triggered. I didn't even respond to her message. But I knew that what she was saying was true. And it opened my eyes, like, okay, this is about a solution now. This is about a solution. And when I dealt with that issue, it opened up the doors to other things. And now I feel lighter. I feel more positive. I've started YouTube. Like, protect your peace. You've got to have boundaries. You've got to protect yourself, because people will try and take advantage. People will try and drain you and take everything that you've got, and still not want to change, still not want any different for their lives. So protect yourself. That's what you're doing. You're protecting yourself and you're doing the other person a favor. But this is about you guys feeling okay, like every day when you wake up. Sometimes as well, we don't want to draw boundaries with people because we're scared of what they might think, that I've been viewed a bad person. But it's not about being a bad person. It's about protecting your peace, protecting your energy, protecting your happiness, and how you feel day to day. Now, some people hold on to people and try and fix them and save them and help them in their situation, and you don't want to do it no more. But you don't want to feel guilty or responsible for how that person might feel. You're not responsible for how someone else feels, okay? Unless you're intentionally going out of your way to hurt somebody, then that's on you. But you're not responsible for how someone feels if you're trying to protect your peace, protect your energy, protect your mental health. Like, no, it's not your responsibility. However, love people as much as you can, help people as much as you can, but there comes a point where you have to say, you know what, you gotta figure this out on your own, Tiff. Don't put your feelings on standby to make sure somebody else is okay. Like, what about you? You're somebody too, right? You're somebody too, but you're bending over backwards, burning yourself out, trying to help somebody else that don't want to be helped. So what about you? So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I enjoy making these videos. Like, I enjoy being able to speak as long as I want. No interruptions. No interruptions on my time. Say what I want. And then people watch it and give feedback, hearing like people's stories, hearing what people have been through, how they've overcame certain things. You can leave me a voice recording. I'll put the link in the description on how you found the video, if you can relate, any feedback or anything that you want to say. I love you guys. Big up Tyrone, big up Tiffany. Give this video a like as well, subscribe, give it some comments, holler at your girl. Don't be shy. Don't try and save people, and do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do to protect your peace. Protect your peace. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Holla!